untenable to have Liz Cheney there when that does not reflect the large majority of the point of view there. When it comes to as a party, I think Republicans have got to be careful that we need every live, warm body to be a member of the party. I've been one that says that we need to do better at engaging growing demographics, especially young people. I think this is just a spat in the moment that we'll get through, and I'm a believer that we need to have a big tent and do a better job articulating our point of view. That's a political issue you're talking about.
Do you think more Republicans like Liz Cheney should stand up to the president when it comes to his lies?
I think you're defining it in that nature, and I'm not going to go there because I don't think that's the topic. The topic would be on the big issues of the day, not how you might like or dislike President Trump or Liz Cheney. It's about us doing better as a party in terms of articulating where we as conservatives, as Republicans, are going to be on the issues of the day.
Senator Mike Braun there, the GOP continuing to grapple with these questions about the 2020 election. We also heard this week from Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita, who spoke about the legislation Democrats have introduced in Congress on election reform, with Kelly Meyer from our Washington bureau.
I used to be the chief election officer of the state of Indiana, the Secretary of State, and I will say this, the sun won't set in Indiana before we sue if this ever becomes law, because it is so fundamentally unfair, it is so fundamentally repugnant to the principles in our Constitution that I think many states will sue. We can't have this. The Constitution specifically calls for the states and state legislators to decide and articulate the manner of elections, and there's good reason for that.
Do you think the election was stolen?
We don't know. It's impossible to know. There is a lot of distrust. It's warranted because there was a lot of things that were changed at the last minute across various states.
All right, a lot to unpack there. We'll talk about that with our panel. Plus, a busy weekend at IMS with the Grand Prix kicking off the month of May. What about the health plan for the 500 and the impact of this new guidance from the CDC? Plus, Ohio's governor offering millions in incentives for people to get the vaccine with a vaccination lottery. So should Indiana try something similar? We'll talk with our panel about it next.